After doing really good week 2, going 13-3 and getting 120 points last week, I sucked, going 6-10 and only gaining 59 points. So week 1 and week 3, if you add them up, that's 10 more points than just week 2, which has shown how good I did week 2 and bad I did week 1 and 3. So hopefully week 4 I can rebound. I think I have some good picks, and let's do it. So if you don't know how I make these predictions, I don't just pick a team to win. I give them a number from 1 to 16, and that's how many points I get if they win, and if they don't win, I get 0 points. So, as we see, the 49ers and the Cardinals. Let's say I pick the Cardinals with an 8, and then if the Cardinals win, I get 8 points. If the Niners win, I get 0 points. So, I'm actually going to pick the Niners. I'm picking an upset. I'm picking the San Francisco 49ers to win. However, I'm only giving them 1 point. So, the Niners, let's say the Niners win, I get 1 point. If the Cardinals win, I get 0 points. I'm picking the Niners because I almost won last week. They're 0-3, and they probably don't want to go 0-16. And the Cardinals are not great, especially without David Johnson. They're not a good team. They almost lost to the Colts, and the Colts kind of suck. I'm going to go with an upset, and I'm going to pick the San Francisco 49ers. The next game is the Giants and Buccaneers, and I am picking the Buccaneers with only a 2. Both teams are coming off losses. The Giants are now 0-3. And if they lose, they're going to be 0-4. And bye-bye playoffs for you, Giants. I don't see them making playoffs. I don't see them making the playoffs right now. I didn't even have them making the playoffs at the beginning of the year to begin with. But I'm picking the Bucs. I really like the Bucs. I know they just got manhandled by freaking Case Keenum. And the Vikings, I do think their offense is a little overrated. Their offensive line is trash. Coming from a Lions fan who's had Riley Reef the past 4 or 5 seasons, and it's not been fun. But I am picking the Bucs to win with a 2. They just lost to a Vikings team, which I don't think is that great. And yeah. This is definitely the game of the week right here. Everyone wants to see this game. Do not miss this game. We have the 0-3 Bengals and the 0-3 Browns. Woo! I mean, last time I kind of said that, it was last week with the Rams and the 49ers. I was like, who wants to watch this game? And it was actually a really good game. 41-39. But I am picking the Bengals with a 3. I picked the Browns last week to beat the Colts with like a 5. If you lose to the Colts, you really, really suck. And the Browns really, really suck. I mean, the Bengals really, really suck too. I think they're better than the Browns, and I think they should beat the Browns. However, if the Browns win, I won't be super surprised. Now, this is what you call a good game. The Raiders and the Broncos, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure it's on Sunday Night Football. And this is going to be a really, really exciting game. I really want to see this one. I'm picking the Raiders with 4. The Raiders are my second favorite team, if you guys didn't know. I'm a Lions fan first, and I'm a second-team bandwagoner. This is my second season now rooting for the Raiders. I was rooting for them last year because I knew they were going to be good, and they were really good. So I kind of got that right. But the Broncos are a really good team. After week 1, I realized the Bengals and the Colts are not going to make the playoffs. Yes, I picked the Bengals and Colts to make the playoffs. And the Broncos and the Chiefs are probably going to be those 2 teams because I picked neither of them to make the playoffs, which may seem surprising. I am picking the Broncos to lose. However, I know they lost to the Bills, and they're probably pretty upset. But the Raiders just got destroyed by the Redskins, so they're probably pretty upset too. And I think the Raiders are better than the Broncos, so that's why I have them winning this game. A bit of a recap so far. I picked the Niners with a 1, a Bucs with a 2, the Bengals with a 3, and the Raiders with a 4. So let's go to the Raiders-Broncos game as an example. If the Raiders win, I get 4 points. If the Broncos win, I get goose egg, which is 0 points. Now you have the Jaguars and the Jets. Normally, I'd be picking very high against the Jets. However, I am picking the Jaguars, but I'm only picking them with a 5. I know. They just destroyed the Ravens in London, 45-7. And the Jets just beat the Dolphins somehow, too. And the Jaguars just seem like the team that would lose this game. If it was against any other team, I would not pick the Jaguars. Probably not even if they played the Colts, honestly. But since they're playing the Jets, I think I kind of have to pick the Jaguars. But 3-1 just does not make sense. I don't see them going 3-1. I honestly think this game might be a 0-0 tie. Same with the Browns and Bengals game. Actually, the Browns and Bengals is going to be like -10 to -10. But I am picking the Jaguars with a 5. Now we got the 1-2 Saints and the 1-1 Dolphins. The Saints coming off a nice win against Carolina. I actually picked the Saints. That was one of the few games I got right. And the Dolphins somehow, someway just lost to the Jets. They should be 0-2 right now if the Chargers haven't been thinking of fun ways to choke in the fourth quarter. However, I am going to pick the Dolphins to win this game. I think the Saints are a better team than the Dolphins. However, I feel like the Saints' defense is just going to suck. I don't care that Jay Cutler's the Dolphins' quarterback. I don't even know if Jay Ajayi is playing. So Jay Cutler and whoever the hell the Dolphins' backup is, which I have no clue. But I do think the Dolphins are going to win this game because they're probably mad that they lost to the Jets. If I was, I don't know if I'd still be in the NFL if I just lost to the Jets. But I am picking the Dolphins even though the Saints are a better team. This right here is a very interesting game because this is the Super Bowl in Madden. Madden's favorite AFC team, Madden's favorite NFC team, the Chargers and the Eagles. I'm going with an upset, and pretty high, too. I'm picking the Chargers with a 7. They are at home. The Eagles, they just won off a 61-yard kick by a rookie against probably a crappy team in the Giants. And the Chargers, they didn't do great against the Chiefs last week, but they didn't get blown out. And the Chiefs have probably been the best team of the league so far. I think most people could agree with me on that one. And the first 2 games they should have won. They should honestly be 2-1 with the Eagles right now. But I think they're going to snap it up. I think now that they're 0-3, they realize they need to win, and they're going to win. So a bit of a recap. I'm picking the Jaguars with a 5, the Dolphins with a 6, and the Chargers with a 7. So if the Chargers win, I get 7 points. If the Eagles win, I get 0 points. And now probably the game I'm most excited for this week, Lions and Vikings. If you guys don't know, I'm a diehard Lions fan, and I'm ready to show the world that the Vikings are overrated. I'm picking the Lions with an 8. I don't think we're at home, which kind of sucks, but I'm very confident in us. We should be one of the 2 teams that's 3-0 right now, because the rest kind of screwed us. I understand Tate's knee was in the end zone, but they took 10 seconds off the clock. We could have had 8 seconds to run one last play where we could have gotten 2 yards, like a QB sneak of Stafford, but instead we didn't get a chance to run a play. So we could be one of the 2 teams 3-0 right now, but instead we're 2-1 with the Vikings. The Vikings are overrated. They have a very solid defense, but their offense is overrated. No, I don't know if Sam Bradford's playing. If Sam Bradford or Case Keenum plays, I don't think either of them are going to have a good game. Our defense has been really solid this year. I understand we allowed 30 points against the Falcons, but Matt Ryan threw 3 picks. I believe 2 of them were my man Big Play Sly, and one of them was to Glover Quinn. Not entirely sure. I know Carson Palmer threw 3 picks week 1, and I'm not entirely sure how Eli Manning has thrown. So our secondary has been really good this year. And the Vikings, their offensive line is trash, trash, trash. They went out and signed 2 really good offensive tackles this offseason, in Mike Remmers and Riley Reef. I'm a Lions fan. I know Riley Reef is trash. Don't know. I'm pretty sure Mike Remmers is trash too, but I don't watch all the Panthers games all day, all night. But I'm picking the Lions. I think we have a better offense than them. I don't think we have a better defense than them. However, I don't think it's dramatically worse. At the beginning of the year, you'd probably say I'm high. But now 3 weeks into the season, I don't think I'm high. So I'm picking the Lions with an 8. If you guys don't know, 8's my lucky number. So if you'll get there right. Now we have the Texans and Titans. This is another upset, kind of like the Chargers and Eagles games, but I'm picking pretty high. I'm picking the Texans to beat the Titans. I'm really high on the Titans this year. I definitely think they should win the division, and they did just beat the Seahawks. But I think the Texans are going to win. They're probably pretty upset that they almost beat the Patriots, but I'm pretty sure the refs screwed them too, kind of like they screwed us. So I'm kind of rooting for the Texans. As much as I love Mariota, I'm a big Oregon fan. I love Marcus Mariota. He's probably one of my favorite players in the NFL. But I'm rooting for the Texans simply because the refs screwed them. They could have beat the Patriots, kind of like the refs screwed us in the Falcons game. I mean, the refs screw us like at least 5 times a season. No joke. The refs hate us more than any other team. You know why? Because we're usually not very good. But I'm picking the Texans with a 9. I think Deshaun Watson, I don't really want to say he's going to have a field day, but I think he's going to have a pretty good game. DeAndre Hopkins, I think, is going to ball out. I know Logan Ryan's a solid corner, but the Titans don't have a great defense by any means. And I'm excited to see what Deshaun Watson can do. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is a good game. The Bears and the Packers, you're probably saying, Mr. Octagonal, are you high? No, I'm not. I still think the Packers are going to win. I'm pretty confident, but I'm going to say they only win 21-17. I think the Bears are going to put up a fight against them. They just beat the Steelers, and they're probably really excited about their win. Probably one of their only wins this year. They're definitely not going to win against us. And the Packers, they almost lost to the Bengals, which... I mean, at least the Vikings lost to a good team in the Steelers. I mean, the Packers did lose to the Falcons, which they're good. We lost to the Falcons, too. I'm happy. At least we lost to a good team. At least we didn't lose to like the Colts. If there's one team I'd like to get screwed against, it's probably a good team. Because I'm not losing against the damn Colts. But I'm still picking the Packers to win with a 10, which is pretty high. But I think the Bears are going to have a good game. And you know what? I think Mitchell Trubisky is going to play. I'm not saying he's going to start. I think he's going to play. And I think he's going to have a pretty good game. Packers don't have a great secondary. Packers don't have a great defense in general. But I am picking the Packers to win this game. I think Aaron Rodgers will have a field day on this Bears secondary. Because the Bears secondary is anything but great. Now we got the Packers and Rams, two games that I actually got right last week. I picked the Rams with like a 4, and the Cowboys with like a 14. I am picking the Cowboys to win this game. The Rams have looked good, especially offensively this year. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the Rams. I think they can do something decent this year. I'm not saying playoffs, maybe 6-7 wins. People are doubting Jared Goff. I don't think, what we've seen, you shouldn't doubt him. I know he's been tearing up the Colts and the 49ers defenses. Woo, those are really good defenses. No, they're not good defenses. I'm picking the Cowboys to win this game. I think they're better than the Rams. I think they're going to show it. Both teams are coming off good wins. I mean, the Rams only won by 2 against the 49ers, so can you really call that a good win? Let's give you a mini recap. I've picked the Texans with a 9, the Packers with a 10, and the Cowboys with an 11. Now we got the Steelers and Ravens, two teams that sucked last week. The Ravens got blown out in London by the frickin' Jaguars, and the Steelers lost in overtime against the Bears. So I don't really know what's more embarrassing. Probably the Ravens, because they got blown out. I mean, and the Jaguars are better than the Bears. Let me just say that, but they're not dramatically better. If the Jaguars were playing the Bears, I'd probably pick the Bears this week, just because the Jaguars won 45-7. So these two teams, I don't really want to say should be 3-0, because the Ravens lost by 38, but they kind of should be 3-0. You should not lose to the Jaguars or the Bears. Now, this is definitely the Ravens' first, tough test. And I'm picking the Steelers with a 12. I think they're better than the Ravens. Not much else to explain about it, other than the Steelers are better. Already 4 more games left. In the first one, we have the Seahawks and the Colts. Pretty sure you guys know who I'm taking. I don't care how atrocious the Seahawks offense is, how atrocious their offensive line is. The Seahawks are definitely better than the Colts. Let me just get that out there. Pretty simple. Picking the Seahawks to win. Now we got the Falcons and the Bills. The Bills looked very good last week against a good team of the Broncos. They're now 2-1, and they're taking on a team that should be 2-1. Ahem, refs. But, yeah, I'm picking the Falcons to win this game. Kind of like the Seahawks Colts. Not much to explain about it. The Bills are better than the Colts for sure, but they're going to lose to the Falcons pretty easily. 2 more games left. The first one is the Chiefs and Redskins. Both teams won last week. Both teams are on winning streaks. The Redskins have won 2 in a row, and the Chiefs have won 3 in a row. I'm picking the Chiefs. I think they've been the best team of the league so far. I didn't think they were going to do that good this season. I had them going 8-8. But they've definitely proven me wrong. Kareem Hunt looks like a star out there for the Chiefs. And I know the Redskins did really good against a very good Raiders team. But I think the Chiefs might be the best team of the league at this point. Alrighty, one more mini recap. I have the Cowboys with an 11. I have the Steelers with a 12. Seahawks with a 13. Falcons with a 14. Chiefs with a 15. So if the Chiefs win, I get 15 points. If the Redskins win, I get 0. Patriots and Panthers. I'm pretty sure you know I'm picking the Patriots. I've been high on the Patriots this year. And not too high on the Panthers. I know they're 2-1, but their offense has been trash. And the Patriots, minus Dante Hightower. I know their front 7 kind of sucks. Minus Dante Hightower, because Dante Hightower is really good. But Patriots should win this game. Maybe I'm picking them a little too high. Maybe I should probably pick the Seahawks with a 16. But that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.